Greetings, dear learners. My name is Mr. Simbi, and welcome to today's accounting class. Today's class is a very exciting class because I'm going to teach you how to prepare the creditors control account. And the most exciting part is we're going to use several journals to do that. We're going to look into cash journals as well as credit journals. Let us start. We have with us here the creditors journal. We want now to see how does the creditors journal affect our creditors control account. We should always remember that our creditors control is a liability account, which increases on the credit side. And on the debit side, it will decrease. But when we come to our creditors journal, most of you know it is the CJ. When we come to our creditors journal, the creditors control amount is not given, but we are given the trading stock, the stationery, equipment, as well as the sundry accounts. Can these amounts help us to get this missing figure? Yes, they can. What do? I want you to have your calculator and I want you to punch the following figures. We'll add the trading stock amount, which is 12,800. Then we say plus the stationery amount, which is 4,400. Then we say plus the equipment amount, which is 8,900. Then we say plus the sundry accounts amount of 3,100. The total should give you 29,200. That is what you should have here now, 29,200. Once you have your 29,200, you can then take it to your creditors control account. The question then is, do you debit the creditors control account or do you credit it? What do you think? We have bought goods on credit that should increase our liability. Therefore, we're going to credit our creditors control account. We are going to say total purchases. Total purchases from the CJ. How much? Remember, 29,200. I have my 29,200. I still have another journal, which is the creditors allowances journal. The creditors allowances journal. We have asked for an allowance. We could have returned goods as well. And the amount that we have is 2,800. I'm going to ask you the question again. When you are having an amount in the creditors allowances journal, will it increase what you owe to your creditors or it will decrease what you owe to your creditors? Definitely it should decrease what you owe to your creditors. That means I'm going to record it now on my debit side. How do I do that? I would then come and say total allowances. Total allowances. And this is coming from the CAJ. How much am I bringing here? 2,800. Exactly this very same amount. That is what you see here. So in this area, I have posted from the CJ, which increases your creditors control account. I've also posted from the CAJ, which decreases your creditors control account. Let us go ahead and see the next accounts. I have my cash payments journal. Cash payments, we are paying. What are we paying? We are paying the creditors whom we owe. And in this cash payments journal, we have payments of 22,620 and we have discount that we have received 980 rands. The question then is, do I credit my creditors control when I pay them or I debit my creditors control when I pay them? Definitely we should debit. When we pay our creditors, it decreases the amount that we owe them. So I will come to my debit side and I am going to say, bank, how much did we pay? From the CPJ, we have paid 22,620. The moment we paid our creditors, they then granted us discount. So we received some discount. Discount received. I should then be able to record that. And I'll come here and I'll say discount received. How much is the discount that I have received? Remember, from the CPJ. Do we have discount? Yes, here it is. I will come here and I'll record my discount received, 980 rands. Very important. From your CPJ, you get your bank, you also get your discount received amount. Let us now look at the next journal, which is what we call the general journal. In the general journal, we have debtors control, but we are not focusing on the debtors. We are focusing on the creditors. Very correct. And then you have a debit amount, 780, and you also have a credit amount of 1,420. Let us begin with the debit amount. Once it is debit in the general journal under your creditors control, debit, remember, is a minus and credit is a plus. That means I'll take the debit amount and I will bring it to the debit side of my creditors control. And the debit side is a minus. I will then call it journal. What side is it on? What side is this? Debit. So I'll call it journal debits. Which journal is this? The GJ. I'll come here, GJ. How much are we talking about? 780. Do I still have something to post? Yes, I have my 1,420. The question is, do I debit my creditors control or do I credit my creditors control? On which side is it on? In the general journal under creditors control. It is on the credit side. That means I should come as well to my credit side where my creditors control account increases. And I will say journal credits. So here I have my journal credits. And from which journal is it coming from? From the GJ. How much are we talking about? 1,420. Let's quickly go and then look at a complete creditors control account then. Here is my complete creditors control account. On the credit, it increases. On the debit, it decreases. We began the month owing 38,900. We purchased goods, 29,200. And there's a possibility we charged interest, 1,420 journal credits. And then we have paid our account, 22,620, and this is from the CPJ. Upon paying our account, the creditors granted us discount, which we call discount received, from the same journal, CPJ 980. Some of the goods that we got from our creditors, we were not happy with them. We returned them. Total allowances, CAJ 2,800. And we also have our journal debits, 780. To close off a ledger account, you look for the side with the highest amount. In this case, it is your credit side, which gives you 69,520. You have to put the same amount on both sides now. So I will come and put it as well on the debit side. And then I'll now say my 69,520 minus 780 minus 2,800 minus 980 minus 22,620. And I will then get my balance carried down, 42,320, which I then bring to the credit side as balance brought down, 42,380. Very important, dear learners, that when you do this, you remember your creditors control has a credit balance. Let us go for an ad break, and I'll see you shortly.